I love the idea of a multiplayer chaotic brawler. Lucky for me, it kind of exists. Back in 2014, Double Fine released Gang Beasts to less than stellar reception. The game had a bunch of issues, and looking at the recent reviews on Steam, it doesn't really seem to have done a whole lot to improve on the major problems that it had since launch. But speaking of recent things, A Gummy's Life launched on Steam's early access platform about a month ago, and it's pretty similar to Gang Beasts. It's a local multiplayer brawler with physics-based combat, cute characters, and some wacky gameplay. On a basic level, they're pretty similar. After playing the current build of Gummy's Life for a couple hours with my friends, I have to say that it seems pretty similar to Gang Beasts even when it comes down to the game's most basic problems. That said, I feel like Gummy is in a position that allows it to learn from Gang's mistakes and hopefully improve on the formula to make something, well, actually good. I know that sounds kind of harsh, but that's really just how I feel about both of the games. There's a really basic flaw that holds the games back, but at the same time, it's what gives them this wacky style and charm. You can grab, sprint, slide, kick, and generally just engage in a chaotic, goofy melee with your pals across a bunch of different stages until one person's left standing or everyone's dead. The problem actually comes down to the physics-based nature of the game's mechanics. The movement, and by extension the combat, are super floaty and awkward, characters kind of just flailing around and slapping each other with noodle arms. On the one hand, it's good, clean, goofy fun. Seeing the goofy-ass characters flailing around and going bop bop boop on levels with crazy hazards while you're grabbing onto your friends and trying to throw them around and yell at them is just, well, it's fun. Despite the game's flaws, it's really easy to give yourself into the zaniness and just kind of enjoy yourself with your friends while you're on these crazy stages. And at the end of the day, that's kind of what matters most when you really think about it. But on the other hand, if this game's gonna be a success and improve on the problems that Gang Beasts had, it honestly needs to outdo the game that it's gonna be compared to most. And to do that, it needs to improve one simple, basic thing: the combat. The biggest problem is that there's no oomph to the fighting, in that you don't ever really feel like you're in control of what's going on, or even that you know what you're doing. And it's really hard to tell when you actually hit somebody. It's unclear how much health somebody has, or even if the game is based on health, or if you just have to rely on the chaos in each level to splorch your enemies and be the last snack standing. The movement's a bit sticky too. Yeah, haha, it's funny because candy and it's goofy and all that stuff, but it just feels slow and kind of bad to move around and fight. Not really a super good thing to have in a game based on moving around and fighting. Despite the variety in the levels, gameplay does get repetitive pretty quick. Thankfully, there are plans in the roadmap to add a few more game modes, including King of the Hill, and I honestly think that it would add a lot. That, maybe some power-ups or weapons, and general improvements to the combat are really all I can think of right now to make this game what it needs to be, or at least get it onto the path. A Gummy's Life has a lot of potential, but at the same time, it has a long way to go to actually get there. At half the price of Gang Beasts, I think this is definitely one worth keeping an eye on. If you're interested in this kind of game and you have friends to play it with, then I would say go ahead and pick it up, especially if you're willing to actually give feedback to the developers. I really like the style of this game, and I really honestly want a game in this style to do well, but it's gonna be really difficult. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. What are your thoughts on games like this? Do you think that they're just destined to be too floaty and relegated to a casual, goofy, fun every now and then zone? Or do you think that they could improve on the formula to really do something and be something really awesome? Let me know down in the comments. As usual, if you enjoyed this video, then, you know, do the YouTube stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, share it around, tell your mom Happy Mom's Day, blah, 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 all that stuff. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!